Hello, Buzz. How are you doing?
Very well. How are you, Alex?
I'm good, sir. I'm good. Okay, so this week we have a film that's in cinemas. Well, when we watched it, it's called Ferrari, which is, as the name suggests, about Enzo Ferrari's about midlife crisis, I would say, and the company's midlife crisis too. It's directed by Michael Mann, which has done The Heat previously, which is amazing, the classic film with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. And it's in cinema. So we're going to watch a quick clip now, and then we'll come back with some thoughts. There we go. There we go. So Adam Driver, you probably recognize that one, Buzz.
Yeah.
Big fan of Adam Driver. Penelope
Yeah.
Cruz is in the film too. Plays Enzo Ferrari's wife. I believe her name is Laura. Laura
Yeah.
Ferrari, I believe.
Yeah.
And what it is, what the film does is actually places you at a crucial moment in both Enzo Ferrari's life and the company's life. By this point in time, the company Ferrari has been producing mostly race cars, but not winning that many races, and they had to produce make some production cars in order to survive financially. But that wasn't enough because Enzo Ferrari kept spending and spending on engines and new technology as he did, the innovator that he was. At the same time, the film puts in the balance his personal life too, which in contrary to the company, which, well, to his way of making things production mind and all the details of the engine and making sure everything is pin accurate and all perfected. His family life is all over the place, his personal life. So, he's had a tragedy in his life, and he's having another family with Lena, I believe is her name,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is played by
Yeah.
Shailene Woodley. And the film balances the two very nicely. I thought it's very balanced, and it has these moments of racing in between, either on the racetrack or on the the test track and things like that. So Michael Mann's latest. What's your thoughts on them, on the film?
As you say, the film kind of it's like a crisis of Ferrari and a crisis of Enzo's life himself, and with him shuffling essentially two families. He's got his original marriage with Penelope Cruz, and you soon find out that they've had a child that's passed, unfortunately. So he's got
Yeah,
no heir to his name. And then
yeah,
you find out that there's this kind of dirty family on the side, which he keeps very secret because it was an affair of sorts that he had with another woman, and they had a son together who hasn't got his actual second name yet, and that's a big poignant thing in the film, especially for Laura, Enzo's wife, when she finds out that he's actually has had another son, and she makes it very clear that she does not want that boy to have the Ferrari last name while she's alive anyway. So yeah, you kind of see that, and then on the flip side, it's really cool, fantastic sounding, beautiful cars and racing scenes. That contrasts his life really, and I
yeah,
think one thing I can say about this film is that you can't the racing scenes, whether it be on the test track or is it Mille the race through Italy, which I don't think exists
1,000
anymore.
mile race,
bet money on that it doesn't exist anymore because of how dangerous it is to the drivers and the people watching it, the spectators.
It does, but it's not the race. It's just you drive.
It's just yeah.
It does. I think it's like almost like it's an event more than anything else, and you just drive. If you have a Ferrari or a nice car, you just drive. I think from Brescia, north of Italy, all the way down to Rome and back, I believe.
But I mean,
back in the day, it was full on racing back.
Yeah, I couldn't fault that element of the film, the scenes with the cars, and that particular piece of the movie was fantastic. I had a few criticisms with the film in regards to kind of maybe like the Italian culture and stuff. I think it looked fantastic. Like both of us are in agreement about that. The film, for its period setting, was just perfect. You know, the cars, the fashion, the locations. All this was absolutely spot on. But for me, I don't know. There's a few things about maybe like the Italian culture that just seemed really unauthentic and a little bit forced, and wasn't really silky smooth. So that to me was a little bit distracting, and I also thought the script as well was a little bit lackluster. But not focusing on the negatives. Other than that, it was a good viewing. Really, I don't know if you have any criticisms of the film.
I mean,
Alex.
with the speaking of the script, I thought the characters were well developed, except for Lena, the mistress.
Yes.
I thought is not developed enough. I just thought she just had your usual basic, I want a life with you too type of dialogue and story development from her point of view. I thought it was a bit like lazy, to be honest, on that character, that particular character development. The other two are bloody fantastic, especially Penelope Cruz's character, which is such a vengeful person because she owns half the company. So obviously she has a lot of cards to had a lot of power to say in what Enzo decides to do with the company. But at the same time, like you said earlier, there is a moment when she realizes that she's lost him in regards to father. She's lost him, and at least she decides to help the company, and then she gives him the rights and all of that stuff. So, and then she says, but all I want in return is you don't name the boy Ferrari, which is such a harsh, vengeful thing to say. But on the other hand, she did give him control of the company, and it's only after this that Ferrari becomes what we've seen it today, because they start to produce a lot more like production cars that you see on the streets today. I thought that does it really well. I believe the soundtrack was by Michael Giacchino, which is also a very good composer. What did you thought of the acting? Adam Driver, did he deliver, or what did you think?
Adam Driver, yeah, I think he did. As I said, I think that it was a little bit difficult with the script, but I am a big fan, and anything that he's in, I am going to watch. So I think he did a good job, and I think it was good to see him on screen with Penelope Cruz. I think they married up quite well.
Absolutely.
Other than that, a few of the drivers obviously had important roles in the film, but you didn't really see too much of them. You didn't have too much of a connection to them, which again I think maybe could have been something that the film could have offered a bit more if you had a connection to more than just two characters in the film. But it is what it is, and that's that. But overall, I think enjoyable film.
Yeah. Positive thing was it doesn't shy away from being brutal. Without spoiling much, it does show you the consequences of going 150 miles an hour on a public road.
There's a couple of scenes, isn't there, which are shocking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Which are worth. So, I don't know, worth the ticket price for you, Buzz, the cinema ticket?
I would say so. It is a good film to watch at the cinema as well, and I'm glad I did.
Actually, yes. Yeah, it is. Yeah, true. Yeah, Ferrari's in cinemas now. We'll get the full written review down on our website. And then until next week, Buzz, have a good one.
Yeah, take care, Alex. See ya.
See you later.